That is heaven in a glass.
That's disgusting. That's actually disgusting. Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Welcome to another Gaz Alright video, and the team have landed not only in country number 85 in Argentina, but we've gone straight to the wine region of Mendoza. I've had to bring in the wine connoisseur especially for this one, and we're going to check out a few different wineries, vineyards over the course of the next few days. We've landed in Bodega Lopez, and we're going to kick things off. Is going to try. We've gone for a few staples and a few UB40s, a few reds. We're usually on the whites, we're usually on the rosés, the pales, the dries. We've gone for the Sauvignon Blanc first, so I'm going to give you the first taste test. Yeah, I think we're going to start at what we'll probably prefer. The wines are absolutely insane value in here. Their local ones, like their actual Lopez ones, were like £1.50 a glass. Insane. But yeah, give it a little taste test, and then you're up.
I think first we need to take a little appreciation for these glasses.
Yeah.
Everyone knows the glass makes a difference.
And this is why she's the connoisseur.
Oh, very dry. Bit peppery.
Ooh.
I like it. Nice.
Yeah.
Very
Started
good.
strong.
Very good.
We're in somewhere in Uruguay like last week, and obviously we like a bit of wine, but we're not too aggressive on it, and people are giving it the swing dry and stuff like that. But this looking, the glass is absolutely serious bit of kit, by the way. It's really heavy as well.
Yeah. Nice. Very subtle tones of the pepper.
Oh, it's subtle tones of absolute naughtiness. It's just light, it's fresh, crisp. We've started strong. We're going to move over. You're up next. I'll overlay what they look like as well, because we did take pictures of the bottles, because a lot of the time people are like, oh, what are you drinking? What is this? What is that? We're on the Chateau Vieux Chardonnay 2023 vintage. Talk to me.
Bit thicker.
Ooh.
More dense. Not as crisp, but it's okay. It's still nice, but first one.
How often would you drink a Chardonnay over a Sauvignon Blanc? Because I only ever see you drink that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's my go-to. Yeah.
Let's give it a little one sip of the schooner. See the score. Ooh, it smells a lot sweeter as well. Oh no, that is banging. I do agree with them. It's a lot thicker and not as crisp. I say slightly sweeter, but still for me, I'm saying powerful bit of kit would also drink that. I don't think I could be able to drink as many as the Lopez Sauvignon Blanc, but
Really?
yeah, I think I'd more of these ones. But yeah, you're up next then.
Isn't it even a bit more acidic?
What the one we just had?
Yeah. Don't know if that's good or bad though.
Yeah, my palate is not well developed on the wine front, but
Or maybe not quite acidic. Maybe more just Oh yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was really nice. I would definitely drink both of those. Next up is the Lopez, the local, the staple of the old Malbec. We are in the Malbec region, the largest producer in the whole of Latin America, and the Malbec capital of the entire world. What we're dealing with, I imagine this is going to be a Live Triffit staple.
Well, yes, correct. Secondly, I'm not much of a red wine drinker, but I can appreciate that. It's drinkable, but for me, I can only have one glass.
Yeah.
For me, but I can drink it.
Right, let's give this one a go. A little close up on there for the fellas. It looks banging. We've got a huge audience behind us, by the way. There's a massive glass screen. We're like, oh yeah, we're just going to record a video outside. It's about 40 people looking over, but they can't hear what we're saying, which is good, because they'll be like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm getting notes of Christmas from the smell. What did we learn on that tasting? Look at the legs on it, high in alcohol. This one, he said, has not been aged too long in the barrel. The last one we're going to have is 6 months aged in the barrel, but let's give it a little swing. See, I think that is phenomenal. Like, I do agree with them in a sense of I couldn't drink many of them. Like, people who go out and have like a bottle of red wine, especially with like a meal, if I had that with steak, all that like richness and heaviness would be a little bit too much. But I think the flavours, the notes I'm getting, absolutely sensational. For me, I'd definitely drink that. Last one, taste test. We're on the Casanova Lopez Malbec. I feel as if it would be rude if we strayed too far from the Malbecs, but talk to me.
tastes very similar to me. Do you know, I don't drink enough reds
to like notice the difference.
Yeah. I think the first one maybe there's more flavours in it. That one.
What, the reds?
Yeah, this one has more flavour to it.
That is interesting because the two in the middle, the Sauvignon Blanc and this one are both like their local ones. They're like £1.50. This was the most expensive one we got, and it was like, I think it was like £6 a glass, which is insane value. 250 mils. Let's give it a little spin. This is one that we're told is 6 months dry aged, a lot darker in the old bottle. Oh, it does smell. What do you say, acidic?
No, that was a different one. Oh no, I didn't think that one had as many tones to it.
I feel as if I've had something like that before, which is weird to say. I don't drink a lot of red wine. I wouldn't get many of them. I don't think it's much like flavour flying through it, whereas I think these three here, for me, banging. I think I'm going to go left to right in order of which ones I'd drink them. The Sauvignon Blanc is getting a 10 out of 10. Chardonnay, what you reckon, Em? What's your rating?
Honestly, I'll probably match you. It goes best to worst.
Yeah, 10, 8, 6, 2, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think, these, I would actually give that high. I think I'm going to give this a 7. Yeah. Chardonnay's getting an 8. Sauvignon is getting a 10.
Yeah.
Happy with that?
I agree.
Love to see it. Great value, banging wines, good start. We stood outside, everyone else is inside. Obviously the ginger and the northerner get us out in the mixture. We've got a swimming pool behind us. What more do you want? Question in the comments, hit subscribe. We'll be back shortly, baby. Stop number 2, and we've got lots of knowledge and wisdom already to bestow. We're now in Tempus, which for me is an absolutely gorgeous setting. I'll go get a video later. Like, you've got all the vines above, you've got a nice little food truck, lots of little tables, a lot more quaint. You're in like a garden, you're in a vineyard. We've got birds chirping in the backdrop. We've got a little hawk or something just over the top, surveying the kingdom. This is what me and Em pictured, kind of when you think of like somewhere like Tuscany or something like that. Where we were before was a little bit more nouveau, a little bit more modern, but you kind of could have just been sat in a wine bar anywhere. But the wine was sensational. The top tip would be do not cycle. I've seen loads of people online cycling between the vineyards. That was a 12-minute drive in a taxi. It's like £4 or £5, and do you know what I mean? You can reduce the time between drinks, but also I wouldn't want to be cycling that far, especially when you're on a few of the old wines. We'll get a little bit of a close-up, please. We've gone for a little white, a rosé, and a Malbec. The white, a little Sauvignon de Luce. Again, I will overlay the names so we know what we're dealing with. Quite interesting in terms of Mendoza as a city, so it's at 2,500 metres altitude, and some of the vineyards go up to 4,700 metres, and from hiking this year up in Ecuador, up in Bolivia in the hills, that is pretty bloody difficult. But it does mean, because of the altitude, the climate, that they don't have to use a lot of insecticides and pesticides in their soil, so it means they get delicious wine. I don't know why I've said delicious because I've not tried it yet, but taste test. It's smelling, top drawer. Oh, okay, that has caught me completely off guard, coach. Em's on the same as me, and hers, she's just gone for an actual glass. Obviously, I've done a tasting just to show you through. I'd say Em loved the glass. I think the other one was a lot nicer. It's actually, this is going to sound weird, it's sweet, and Em's going to be behind the camera now pulling a bit of a face, but it's very light, very fresh, very fruity. Normally, I'm not on the sweet ones, but that plays some serious ball. The rosé, as you know with the channel, the king has steered me well in the past on the pale dry rosés. This is looking like it's got about 3 days worth of sugar in, but let's give it a little taste test. Oh yeah, I can already smell it. It smells heavy as chips. That's disgusting. That's actually disgusting. You know what? It's that heavy. If I'd have done that blindfolded like this, I would have told you that's a red wine. That's absolutely blown my mind, actually. Not for me, not the rosé. Oh, okay, okay. This little fella is nectar of the absolute gods. Very, very rich, very much reminds me of Christmas. But you know what? This is the first time in my life I'm going to say this. I prefer the red, the Malbec, over the old rosé. The white is still going to take P1 just because it's light, it's fresh, it's fruity. Best setting here so far. And we're going to be checking in for the final vineyard of the day very shortly, baby. Cheers now. The final frontier, the team have made it third. Actually, maybe not even final. We might even be able to...
I was about to interrupt you and be like, little do you know, might have another one up the sleeve.
So maybe not the final one. We're in Bodega Cerno el Vina. The best setting so far, would you say, Em?
Personally, yes, 100%. I like that we've got them directly above us. You can see more. It's quaint, it's cute. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. The best setting, very rustic, probably the most like archaic in terms of like they've got all that the old equipment inside. You can have a wander around. It's a lot more chilled. The first one we went to, again, we'll do a bit more of a review at the end actually, but like this, you're in a vineyard. This is kind of what I thought the whole day would be. The birds are chirping. If I had one gripe, it would be the service here is absolutely terrible. We were like, can we just buy like wine by the glass? Because we're trying Malbecs, we're trying a few reds, but if we're doing like 3 reds on a tasting, that's not ideal. We don't mind paying more, but like, can we just have more whites? No. You have to do a tasting. Okay. Can we have all the wines at the same time? No. I've got massive tours coming. There's 3 people inside and they won't give us extra glass of wine. I'm like, I'll wash them up myself. But let's not go too far because it's a lovely little day. Let's give a little taste test, see what we're dealing with.
Cheers to white wine.
What do you reckon on the glass first? You are the connoisseur of the glasses.
That does let it down a little bit. Not gonna lie, the glasses did come out and I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
They make a big difference.
Yeah, I know what Em was thinking. Like when it's like a really thick rim,
yeah,
it just takes away from that crispness.
Stem, the thinner the stem, the thinner the rim, like the nicer the wine. It could make a £2 glass of wine into a £12 glass of wine.
And that is why she's the connoisseur. Right, let's taste this before this gets too long. I'll go first. Very similar to the last one. It's more of like a dessert wine. It is very sweet, but it is light and it is still crisp. Would I drink a whole bottle of it? Absolutely not. Actually, by the end of the day, we probably had a full bottle of sweet wines. I do like it. I know, Ev. I've not even seen a reaction yet. Talk to me.
It's so perfumed. It tastes like I've just drunk some perfume.
Yeah, for me, not the best one so far. Does play ball, best setting. We'll be back with the Malbecs and the Reds, hopefully, onwards and upwards.
I'd drink a red wine over this, I think.
We're absolutely steaming! Second up on the old list. We're going to have to keep this short and sweet because we've got 3 coach trips arrive in front of us, so we have an absolute audience. Little fact about Mendoza, Jose San Di Martin. It's probably something along those lines. In the battle for independence, had his headquarters here in Mendoza. Is that the reason the wine is so good? They needed to refuel and fire up the boys?
I'd say so.
Right, we're on a little number. 50% Cabernet, 50% Merlot. No, 50% Malbec, 50% Cabernet. I thought they were 2 separate ones, but apparently not. Still terrible wine glass. It's the same wine glass. We're going to talk about that?
Someone would hate that.
Yeah, do we hate that or love it? Who knows? Big pressure. Oh, smell.
Either I've drunk one too many reds or this is the best red I've had today.
I'm with you. I'm with you. That is the best one we've had today.
Yeah.
I was going to throw things in the mixer of like full of body, full of flavour, just as a little bit of this. However, I actually do agree with that. That actually is like a really, really nice taste. Not like super cloying and like aggressive in the mouth.
Deep. It's this one's definitely peppery. It's giving peppery tones. I like it.
There you go. If me and the king are saying it's a good red, must play ball. We'll be back soon, baby.
I'm nervous for another red.
I was in the same boat as the king, worrying, thinking they're going to bring another terrible red. To be fair, the last one was banging. However, we've just had the insight, and this has given me a little glimmer of hope, a little bit of light in the distance, in the abyss. And we'll be told it's a Grand Reserve, 18 months in the French barrels, and we should be getting notes of
Such tobacco and chocolate.
It's a rogue combination, which some will love. Let's give it a little taste test, Em.
I mean, I've definitely heard of chocolate in red wine, but Tabasco, is that a...
Tabasco or tobacco? So, no one's seen this because obviously we don't post everything, but like Emma's literally been carrying a bottle of Tabasco around with her like every country, just coating it on all her food. And then we got here the other day, she's ran out, she said, I'll buy another one, and it was £10 for a little bottle, so it's on the mind.
I miss Tabasco.
Okay, tobacco and chocolate, let's give it a little taste test. It smells powerful. The legs on the fella.
I like it again.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Yeah. Did you say it was 2018?
2018, that is your favourite vintage, am I right?
Good. That is nice.
You know what? We gave them a little bit of a hard time at the start we gave them a hard time because the service is pretty poor. But the wines, for two people who don't like red wine, phenomenal, full of flavour. I am getting chocolate. I'm not getting tobacco, but I've never really smoked a cigarette, so that's probably not going to help me. Are you getting chocolate? I'm getting a little bit.
Again, I think maybe because I'm not much of a red wine. Or maybe you don't even need to be a red. I don't know. Personally, no. I just know that I like it.
Rating out of 10?
I'll go for... No, this is only because I wouldn't drink it day to day, or like maybe like a 6 or a 7.
What would Liv rate it?
I'll go for a 9.
She'd go straight 9 or 10. It's been bloody powerful. Cheers now. That is very delicious. We thought this is going to be the final wine of the day. However, the king has called una más, one more Vineyard. But we've seen the next place we're going to go to is apparently they've won the award for 2 years on the bounce. Best vineyard, best wine in the whole of Argentina. So, do you know what I mean? It would be rude of us not to go there. So we've gone for the last one, and it kind of relates back to what we were saying before, where like the wines were banging, but like because we had a wine before and they wouldn't give us separate glasses, that is meant to be a wine. Ciao, buen dia. Okay. Like that's meant to be a sparkling version of the first one we had. But
the grape just hit me. Sorry.
There you go. Is that luck?
Good luck from the wine gods.
But like Em was saying to me before, like that's meant to be a white. What are your thoughts on that?
No,
not happy, are you?
So this is the exact first white we had, but a sparkling version. And I could see it as soon as she poured it. You could see it almost looked like a rosé, and I just knew.
Even she was like, oh,
she went,
oh, oh. Anyway, let's give it a little taste test. Not usually a fan of sparklings, but we've said that on the last few. We've said it's bad glasses and might be terrible service, but the drinks have been banging, so.
Oh, I like it. I really, really like it. It's very fizzy, but again, I mean, I'm a simple wine drinker. Give me a rosé, dry and pale. So when it comes to anything else, I'm a bit particular about it, I think, personally.
Is that a simple wine drinker? Or is that very...
very, again, particular.
Very refined. You know what you like?
Yeah, I agree. But that's nice. I really like it.
I think it's...
You're a preacher of stick to what you know, so...
Yeah, I am. Stick to what you know. However, when you do venture outside of that bracket, that is absolutely delicious. But I think it goes back, though, all the time with, like, would you drink 5 glasses of that?
No.
Absolutely not, because it is fizzy as chips. Is it delicious? Yes. We were worried the whole time about the reds, and we were worried when we saw the sparkling get poured into that, but the wines have actually been pretty banging. Apart from the white was the worst one.
Which one? Which one?
The first one here, the white one.
That's the same, but sparkling. Yeah. But also, when was the last time you tried you had a sparkling wine?
That's true. Prosecco champagne, is that sparkling wine? No. Because if somebody said to me, if somebody said sparkling wine to me, I think
No, they're not. They're
I think sparkling wine, terrible bit of kit. Like I would be like, that's like a cheap wine, but that's banging.
Very nice. Very fizzy though.
But does happen that on the sparkling wines.
Okay. Don't take me. I always find if I have a champagne, it's more bubbly.
Yeah, so it's like you feel
than a prosecco, and that's I'm not calling that a champagne, but that's my sparkling knowledge.
Yeah. And this probably shows our knowledge overall of wines. But you know what? Good bit of kit, good setting. Service needs a bit of work. We'll be back to check in with the final one, yeah, baby. Boop. We're back, baby. The final frontier. And before we've even tasted the wines, I think we may have saved the best till last. Service from start to finish, from walking in, lovely little driveway, or walking through, obviously, all the trees, and then you get here and you just feel a little bit of luxury, as if they want to see us. And it's just before, about 45 minutes before they close, so we've had to fire through these and walk pretty sharpish to get here. Mevi, Boutique, Bodega, and what we got first, we got the Chardonnay. What we got? Look at it. This is the good thing as well. They give you a little printout so you actually know what you're tasting, and Em can talk us through now. Wow. Which one you got? Go for the front one. What we got?
Firstly, it is a Chardonnay, but before that, we have lovely glasses. The stem could be a little bit thinner, but the rim is thin, so we give them that. Cheers.
Oh, wrong one. This one.
There is a lot of flavour in that. What do you think?
Oh, I've just read the notes, and I would agree with them. Deep tropical flavours. I'm getting like pineapple.
I thought that almost like a fruity, a fruity tone.
Banging. Next up, we'll fly through them pretty quick because we drank a lot of wines today. We're on the Torrones, and what we're looking for in here. Pale yellow. The word pale, Em's already interested.
Flowers and a balanced acidity.
And white peaches, let's see.
That is heaven. That is heaven in a glass. What do you think?
Yeah, that is absolutely sensational. Is that
lovely?
The best thing you drank this year?
More than likely.
How would you rate that wine out of 10?
10 out of 10. That is lovely.
It's a banger. Right, let's go. Last one. We're on the Malbec Rosé. What we in the market for here? I love at the start, by the way, I was going, oh yeah, I saw some people the other day like giving it a good. Now, apparently I'm a connoisseur. The hips are going, the shoulders are going.
That's the nicest rosé I've had in a long time. I don't know what it is, but there hasn't been many dry rosés that I'd be used to, but that's really nice.
Yeah, for me,
that's very balanced.
I'm going to come to the King in a second. It's hard to compare, do you know what I mean? We're not wine connoisseurs, but if you wanted the best wine of the day, I'm either going to go for number one, the Sauvignon Blanc in the first place, or the Chardonnay number in here. I think both very crisp, but I think it goes back to what we say. We like the dry wines anyway, but we've really enjoyed the reds. I'm going to come to Em in a second. So for me, which one was my favourite? You know what? I'm going to go here. Mevi, I think overall, in terms of service, was banging. Really good how they give you like the telling you what things are. The setting's beautiful, like you can see all the vineyards, you can sit outside, but I mean it's not a super sunny day today, but you are undercover, and all three wines are very good. Vineyard number one for me, great wines. However, the setting was pretty terrible. You could just be sat in a wine bar in London. Number two, beautiful setting, obviously with the food truck, the vineyards, but the wine was horrific, all white, rosé, red, terrible, wouldn't get. And then the last place we just went to, number three, I would say the wine was good, the service was terrible. So for me, Mevi is the one to come to. Favourite wine, favourite Vineyard?
Vineyard, definitely here. I completely agree. I feel like setting, wine itself, service, it's probably ticked every box, which is interesting because I don't think this came up as a top place to come when we did our own research. And favourite wine, it's a mix between, I think it's the second one, we really liked, or the rosé, but I don't know if it's the rosé because I just missed that rosé taste, but the second one probably did have the best flavours.
There you go.
So
the connoisseur was here for a reason, but I feel as if I've grown into my role as chief sommelier of the Bolton scene. Questions, as always, wine tour, Mendoza, Argentina, travels, bang it in the old comments. Got a few more days here exploring. We have apparently, rumour on the circuit, I've been recommended and apparently is the best vineyard in the entire world. We're going to in 2 days, so do come back, check that out. Tomorrow we're either going to be hiking at high altitude, Em's not a fan of that, or we're going to be doing a little asado cooking class, checking out Mendoza, or something flair. So we hope to see you back tomorrow. Cheers to the king. Straight on the rosé. She's back, baby. Hit the subscribe button. Remember, the chef, he's always cooking. Let's get it. Cheers now.